Well, everybody, let's do another one. I am Jake from Ohio State, and today, man, I almost waited to just do this. Not almost. I did wait, and I was gonna wait longer. I hope my enthusiasm's already coming through. Man, I love this knife. This is the VOX F5.5. I have to yet again give another shout out. You can already see by the thumbnail. This is a part of my LoanerPants series. Jesse, LoanerPants 86, my dude, let me borrow this, one of all the ones. There's so many things I love about this. Let's just get into it, all right? So, a couple things. You probably already know this size, widely loved and well known anyways, but my little take on it, my humble take on this knife is just how fantastic it is. So, this was on Urban EDC Supply, exclusive to them, made by Riot, which is a name that just carries a ton of weight. You know, they make some of the most terrific knives out there, and their quality control is fantastic. It's a little over $200, a couple different variations of this. And, I know getting a hold of one of these things is going to be a little bit more difficult, but I was just going to shine some light on my channel from this guy because he was allowing me to use it. And honestly, I just wanted to talk about it. This is one of those things, you might not be able to get it, but let's all just enjoy knives together. So again, a little over $200. This is 7 inches overall. So typically I say that, that's a little under what I would like it to be. However, because it is designed by the wonderful Jesper Voxnäs, man, that dude just does ergonomics like no other, man. Just because this is a small knife. Now I would contend for myself, you can see where my front fingers went on. If I had to do this all the time, it's still usable, and honestly, because of the knife, the size of the knife, I would more or less just use it like that, cut what I wanted to. It's more like it feels like a kitchen knife, kind of a pinch grip. I love that he always uses the same opening, the same slot right there. It's very comfortable. On here, it's nice and rounded off. So even though it's only 7 inches overall, the whole knife, I really can't do much. Anyways, I'll let that go. We'll talk about that in a minute. But that's it, 7 inches overall. Sorry, I'm just excited about this knife. 3 ounces, roughly about 3 ounces. So steel-wise, you have M390. That show up, yep, M390, which I do not have a problem with at all. I think that's very, very cool. Micarta on this one, there are different versions, ones that have, L-Max blade and just different materials all around. This one is obviously the micarta version. You have a ball bearing pivot on it, so the action on it, front flip, reverse flip, slow roll, everything. The detent is beautiful. The whole thing, this is so fidget friendly, and it's just so comfortable. The micarta that's on this one is done so well, and I'll kind of compare it to one other one I have, actually two of them that I have. It's done so well. What else? To titanium. We got titanium all over the place. We have titanium liners inside of there that are not milled out, but it doesn't matter. They don't need to be. It's nice and light anyway. So titanium liners inside of there, titanium pocket clip, titanium back spacer. I mean, all these things I'm listing off, that this gets that price up there, but it's just it's such a great knife. All right. Anyway, so those are all your stats. So let's go over this guy. As far as how it holds and everything else. I already talked about action, how we hold it. Terrific. Yeah, for bigger fingers, I would love to see, and I know if you guys probably watch Kyle over at DTOM, he has one from his buddy Lefty, Kevin, who, they put a larger finger choil on there. That would make this, and I'm not kidding, I would say my perfect knife. It would fit that exact niche that I was looking for like a smaller, nice knife. It would be my perfect knife for that category. How about that? We always end up collecting more knives. We say we might find the perfect one. If this had a bigger front finger choil, that's just personal. This would fit a really good niche for me. I'm such a huge fan of this blade shape. I love sheep's foot. Some really intentional things. Look at that jimping, right where he puts the jimping. I mean, come on, that is absolutely perfect. He knows it's going to be a smaller knife. So if you were to put it back here, it'd be completely pointless. Why not put it up front here? I would love to see this more on smaller knives and even some bigger knives where they float that row of jimping a little farther up, because then it lands and you get the mini tank track right where you need to. That's just, it's just so terrific. It's nice and thin. It's got still a big, thick chunk of blade stock on there. The M390 is beautiful. Lanyard hole for you lanyard fans. It is only right-handed on that small, well, I guess we call it deep carry. I don't know, loop over. Deep carry, I mean, it's pretty doggone deep just besides that little bit of a lanyard sticking up over top of it. Just what a beauty. They did such a terrific job. Everything is nice and chamfered off all the way around, nice and smooth. You know, I talked about that micarta. I've got a couple other micartas, and it's funny that you can find the differences in micarta, and certainly I think that lends itself to the cost. Like when I look at this and feel this micarta on here, it's easy to say this is a fuzzy. It's like a fuzzy micarta, and it certainly just feels different, you know, but you're going to talk about an $80 knife versus, you know, $2 1/4 over here. So, yeah, and that's not much I'm aware of, but I'm sure that there are different levels of quality within micarta. I don't have a problem in this, but it's just something to bring forth that there is a definite feel. And of course, what the micarta is made out of. There's linen micarta, woven micarta, all that stuff, all that comes into play. But it's just to give you an idea of how that feels, that this is nice and smooth. It is similar to what Buck used on their Slim Pro series, but still there again, there's a little bit more texture here. There's not much texture, but all just very, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. We'll just, I could just keep talking about this thing, but really, look, I haven't read a bad review or watched, I should say. We don't read any. Who reads now? We just watch things. So I haven't watched a bad review. I'm not going to be any different. Listen, I'm stuttering and stammering. I'm not going to be any different. This one's so cool. Let's put out some comparisons just because I think they look cool. Anyways, the CJRB, my Frankenspar, full-size Frankenspar. We'll bring this guy back as well. This is the Buck 112. About the same size there. A little office carry. Bring out the Rat 2. Get rid of that Buck. So look, hopefully I'm doing this thing justice. Again, I did another one from Jesse where, you know, he's giving me these cooler knives that I almost kind of like, oh, I really want to handle that one. You know, it's so cool. So hopefully you guys get, you know, kind of come across my voice. I'm just really excited and sort of passionate about these ones as well. There, look. So this is a perfect example, right? This is hands down my favorite Spyderco. I really can say that. And this forward finger choil, if this was on here, done, game over. This would fit the perfect niche. I would sell so many things to be able to get this knife if it specifically had this type of forward finger choil. But again, that's just personal. Voxnez, he knows what he's doing. He's a terrific designer. So that's it. That's enough on this guy. My goodness, just go look at pictures of it. Go look at other reviews of it. It's such a cool knife. Jesse, thanks again, bud. I really enjoyed getting to kind of hold this one and mess around with it. So, all right, everybody, that's enough for today. Take care. Go out and enjoy the weather. Go promote some positivity. Just be kind, rewind, right? All right, take care.